You're good. All right, we're good.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy Jay.
And there's Lucito.
Once again, we're going virtual because I'm sick as fuck and I don't get no one else sick around me. Lucita, how you doing so far?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm kind of getting the hang of this again. We haven't done this in a while, the virtual game, so I'm trying to kind of freshen up on this stuff. But it's looking better and better every episode, so that's good.
Yep, and we still have our studio in case if we ever do in person stuff, but it's always good to be versatile in
Yeah.
different aspect in the podcast game. So it's been a crazy week since we post our episode about our prediction in Survivor Series. Um, One of the main topic that everyone is talking about, and I think this might take some of our time in this episode, is the return of CM Punk to WWE. Now, a lot of indication, a lot of rumors, a lot of signs were indicating that he was returning to WWE. Most of us, like myself, was like, I got to see it to believe it. Others were for sure that he was returning. Lucito, with the return of CM Punk on Survivor Series, and then the big promotion that they had that Raw was going to be an hour long, commercial free, and that Randy Orton and CM Punk were going to talk and do their thing. Like with all the build up in his deliverance of his promo, what are your thoughts in that aspect?
Um, I'm not. I know we talked about this. I know it kind of this not a touchy subject for us, but like I know you're not a big fan of CM Punk.
Never was.
So, but I kind of seen like I've always said, money talks. So like they offer him enough money, and now especially after the UFC acquisition, well, merge with the WWE, I think this was probably the best thing for business for them. I think the return on investment will be great, and I think it's a. I could be proven wrong, and same thing with Nick Khan could be proven wrong. I think he's the one who pulled the trigger on it. Um, the CM Punk stuff. So I think they will get a great pop, especially for now until like they need to use them sparingly, kind of how they use in staying for AW. But I think it's a good, I don't know, somebody to make an impact for, kind of like as a pop for the crowd. I think it's a good choice. It's we needed somebody like that, kind of controversial, and somebody to bring for back to Survivor Series, even though we
Now,
have Randy Orton.
when you're saying we, who's the we? Just to give me better understanding.
We as like not the community, but like I feel like it's because, for example, in comparison, AEW had everybody, kind of the free agents at the moment. Take away CM Punk, they
Mm-hmm.
had Will Ospreay, and he's kind of like the big chess piece that everyone was waiting on,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
everybody
Mm-hmm.
thought it was Will Ospreay coming to WWE or whatever. So he ended up getting signing with AEW. So it's kind of the last pieces that were left over, kind of like a Mercedes Monet that we still kind of don't know yet where she's heading, because I know New Japan wants her, AW, whatever. So CM Punk was out there, and this would have been kind of the big splash for WWE to do, because I know that we had Randy Orton show up, which was great,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he did his job. But I feel like he was gonna come back either way, no matter what. I feel bringing back CM Punk, I feel like it's something different. It's kind of like when they bring back Brock Lesnar, like it's kind of out of nowhere, and kind of like he pushes the needle. We saw what he did on Monday, and we saw what he did on Saturday. Kind of like all social media and everything, it kind of like exploded. Which
So the
that's
we,
what,
so the we is like the old heads. Is it the new heads?
yeah.
Is it
I would say that,
die hard WWF slash E slash what they call it now? I forgot the name of the merger.
yeah,
But like, is that the we that
yeah.
we're talking about? Because if we're saying we, meaning
Now you and I know,
you know what I'm saying, the
yeah,
people.
yeah,
There's a division. You know what I'm saying, and I'm not
yeah.
talking more of the division of like Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, for an example.
Hmm.
We know we're having a better understanding that what Seth Rollins said 4 months ago was a shoot. because that's how he personally felt. What he
Mhm.
did during Survivor Series and Raw, now he's working. You know what I'm saying? Because he
Yeah.
understand that all right, he's here, he does bring money, we gotta work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my a bigger paycheck than I usually do. Drew McIntyre walked out. Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre pulled a Jeff Hardy, if I may say, where when Jeff was done, Jeff just went through the audience and left. Drew left
Mhm.
Survivor Series. The only interesting part is that he showed up on Monday, and I'm not sure it's because his contract is expiring by either end of the year or WrestleMania, or he's was you know in the edge. I feel like we are more understanding of the business as we get
Mhm.
older, but it still, to me, it still is a risky move, and I think you said that it's a risky move because like right now, I was trying to find the original promo that CM Punk said when he first showed up to AEW a
Mhm.
couple of years
Is the
ago.
grass is not always greener, and that's kind of the one he was doing against against MJF, correct?
The grass is now always greener. I am home. I am back. I've been out for 8 years. It's been
Mhm.
so long. I think he used the word I'm home as well. I'm with the
Yeah.
company. And 2 years after he returns to WWE and he's like, I'm home. I'm here. I'm here to make money, not friends. And it was like, bro,
Yeah.
um, we understand you don't have friends. Okay, that's number one. Number two is it's not really much about the money. And if money is referenced that I'm going to do less work and get paid more, fine. You are making the money. But you
Yeah.
cannot say that you was not making money back in AEW time
Yeah.
because I
Mhm.
know you were making probably close to what the EVPs and S tier stars were making. You were given multiple championship opportunity.
They give him a whole show just for him.
They gave you a show after you had that altercation backstage with the
Mhm.
EVP for you to continue and complete your contract and manage and produce the show that you did maybe what 6, 8 episode, and then it was like, I'm good.
Mhm.
I wash my hand.
Yeah.
I'm good. They even let you like put an X on the E in the original belt just because they just want to make sure that Tony Khan get his money worth from what he
Yeah.
invested in you. So
Mhm.
when we're talking about in biggest part, every freaking all in every collision show was where near Chicago.
Chicago. Yep.
So it was like it was given to him in a platter, but if making money, not friends, is reference that I'm going to, like you said, the Sting treatment. I show up when I need to show up, and then I'm gonna get my big check and walk out. Do
Mhm.
you, boo boo? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
business wise, I agree with you, Lucito. You said it perfectly well. It's it's publicity. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as bad publicity or good publicity. Publicity is publicity. You got people talking about it. You got people wondering what's going to be next, what's going to be the match, blah, blah, blah. And, it's a conversation starter, but like any new employee at any job,
Mhm.
the first 90 days, the first 3 months, best behavior, team player, employee of the year, blah, blah, blah. But after day 91, after they get the benefit and the bonus check and all that, we'll see the real CM Punk. And trust me, bad behavior is hard to get rid of, and that's what CM Punk is to me. He's just not a great employee,
Yeah,
a
but
popular one, but not the
yeah,
best one.
but I feel like he adds like I feel like seeing it as kind of like him. Let's say if all thing goes well and everything goes perfect,
In a
all
perfect
the
world,
stories, all the stories that they could pull out from this, like him and Seth doesn't like him, so they could do rematch. Kind of like I think there was I saw a picture of them when Seth was in NXT, him and NXT, like kind of like have like that kind of feud again. You could have John Cena and him. You could I know John Cena, maybe because of the movie stuff, but I'm just throwing stuff stuff out there. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Sorry, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Who knows? Like, because he's the best in the world. Him and Cody. You could bring some AEW clips of what, not AEW, but like they both have some of the rights of their stuff. So like some of the feud over. Because Cody could be like, you follow me here, like what I'm saying, like you couldn't hack it back there, whatever. What I'm saying. They could do a promo off against each other. I know there's been talks about CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is I don't want to see that, but like yeah,
Why? Why?
I know.
Why? 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 Why?
But like this,
Jesus
there's still
Christ.
there's still programs there available for him to like still be relevant. Because even he used to be a Paul Heyman guy, so will he align himself with Paul Heyman? Will he be by himself? What like it's there's still meat in the bone there. It's just let's see how long he's in, I guess, in good behavior and see what happens.
I mean, I don't know much about meat because the boy is already skin and bones already. The one thing I would be appreciate of Mr. CM Punk, and it's just one thing and one thing only. You bring back AJ Lee. You give me AJ Lee, I got nothing else to say about you, bro. Because the one
Yeah.
thing I would love for it of that should have been happening years ago was AJ Lee making a return during the pandemic or after the pandemic era, where she could have definitely be able to make even more money. Because like we saw her doing I think it's called Heels, the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she had a stunt double for certain moves, the girl's still in shape. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying you give me AJ Lee for Royal Rumble, I'm good. But
Yeah.
all the stories you pointed out, minus the Stone Cold one and John Cena, yeah, they're possibility. They're really good possibility.
Yeah, I saw a thing about AJ Lee and I think your girl Roxanne Perez. I think they were like she was a big fan of her or whatever. So you could even
Mm-hmm.
do something of that, like like that'd be great for Roxanne Perez because kind of like defeating a legend or somebody that like a former like champion and kind of making her kind of like a bigger deal than her
Mm.
moving up from NXT. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Absolutely, because like keep in mind, Monday night Cody did announce that he is putting his name into the Rumble. So
Hmm.
Royal Rumble is right around the corner, January 27th in Tampa. They're doing the Rumble in the I think in the same arena where the Buccaneers play.
I think
And
it's the other one. I think it might be the baseball one.
the
I
baseball
think the
one? Okay.
Tropicana Field or something like that. I think it's the baseball one.
I mean, but it's in Tampa Bay
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah, at Tampa, yeah.
Yeah, and Cody put in his name is good, right?
Hmm.
We still got 29 opportunities and also new or maybe alumni joining into this rumble behind Cody. Okay, so that's exciting. But for the women's side, if there's not a bigger opportunity to give us back AJ Lee and hints maybe the Garcia twins if they decide to sign
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
a 1 day contract, because if they could do
Hmm.
that shit with Nikki James, you know what I'm saying? Why not just bring the Garcia
True.
twins into a one program show? Because that
Yeah.
would be big. You're really bringing like big time names from the 2010 era that made it work, that helped develop from the Diva championship to the women's championship into what it is today. It's like we got to give AJ Lee her flowers. So you bring, like I said, you give me AJ Lee, we're good. We're good. I have nothing else to talk on that.
Yeah. I
One
like
thing
the
I
fuse of the. Sorry, I just like
go
now that
for it.
you kind of mentioned the Royal Rumble. I like that Cody kind of he kind of he started the trend. Now it's like I don't know if he's gonna be number one. I don't know if you could do that, but I like the kind of the story that came out of that promo that him and
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke kind of like taking people out. So that should be. I think that's a good feud for him to go through. I think he's going through like the not through how you call it the death row. Like he's legit. This whole year he went through every like he went through Brock Lesnar. He went through everybody. So hopefully it pays out for the Rumble or Chamber or Mania. But they better capitalize on everybody that Cody Rhodes have gone through because they just throwing everybody that's really good against him. So let's see what happens with that.
Well, to go with your point too. After Survivor Series and War Game, right? From the winning team of Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, main event Jey Uso, Seth freaking Rollins, and also who am I forgetting
Okay.
right now? Huh? Sami
Sami Zayn.
Zayn, right? You got to put these five men to work, right?
Hmm.
So obviously we have Seth and Jay, they're working, but not only working, they got Drew involved. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So that's a story being told on its own. You got Cody working with Shinsuke, and now you got Randy Orton working with Judgment Day, and then soon to be working through the bloodline. So you got to keep these story,
Yeah.
roll out. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen with the heavyweight championship? It might be that Seth might take the W and then put himself out of that feud between him and Drew, Jay and Drew, and Sammy, because Sammy has a match with Drew this upcoming Raw match. So it's like let them three do the tango. Let Seth try to work with CM Punk, see if he does win that heavyweight championship from him or not. It doesn't matter to me anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Like those are the story that Raw is
Yeah.
giving us, and it's developing pretty well compared to others. Like there's no other story besides Judgment Day, uh, Judgment Day. Those five individuals, you know what I'm saying, and Punk,
Hmm.
and maybe
Yeah.
Randy. That's it. What other
Yeah.
story is there? I mean,
Because
tag
I think
team.
they trying to they try really hard for the tag team division. I know they did like not tournament but the melee thing. They
Turmoil.
they're,
That's
yeah,
whoo.
they're pushing, which is good for them, but they're pushing the Creed brothers hard. Like they're
They
like
are.
so, and it's just like they were over without even like they were good in NXT. Bring them over. They're good. They don't have to like have them keep winning and winning and winning, which is great for them. But it's just like I hopefully they're able to cash it out. But I think they also, if they do, they have to go against, I think was it Priest and Finn Balor, and that's gonna
Yep.
be that's a tough tale for them to like.
Unless if Judgment Day is slowly cracking,
Mhm.
that's the only opportunity that they may have to get the belt because of like distraction and miscommunication between Judgment Day. And that could work out in their favor because remember, Judgment Day, Damian Priest still have the briefcase. So he's solid no matter what's the
Mhm.
outcome.
True.
Finn is Finn, so he could continue with the family or not. Um, I think who won the big matchup in NXT to face Dominique for
It's
Deadline?
gonna be. I think it's. I think
I I was in Boston, so I couldn't really watch that show.
Wesley ends up winning the match. It was Fatal 4.
Okay, so there's a 50-50 chance that Wesley might win the belt back, but Dominique
Hmm.
got Rhea. And then Rhea, well, I mean, Rhea could make business with anyone that she please. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She could break up the groove. She could make alliance with Dom and Drew. She can make an alliance with herself and other people. Like Rhea is Rhea. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So if by the end of the year we start seeing like the family fall apart and it's like each individual start losing the belt, that's cool because they 2023, you got to give it to the Judgment Day. They did an excellent job on trying to keep the company afloat while they try to sort out what to do with Roman and the Usos and Sammy and Kevin and everybody. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
Judgment Day was the one stable group that kept it stable, and you got to respect that. You got to give them a lot of love. Also, we gave shout out to CM Punk and Randy Orton, but we didn't give love to the King himself. We're talking about Mr. R Truth, man. R
He's
Truth
back.
bring us. Oh my God, I was so happy to see him in Survivor Series. I thought that was like one of the best returns that they could give
I
us
like
because,
the
like,
I like there was the post matchup thing that Triple H was like, oh, we have to who to talk about. Our Truth is back. And he
yes,
completely passed over the CM Punk thing. I'm like, yep, our Truth is the guy back.
yeah,
Excellent.
it's all about truth. If it's not about truth, the man is like
Mm-hmm.
nearly passes 50. I think he's over 50, and
I think
he
it's
still
51,
look,
52. Yeah.
bro. But he looks that well fitted,
Hmm.
strong, like youthful. Yo, much love for our truth, man. Keep it
Yeah.
pushing, my brother.
51.
Because 51, bro, 51, and he looks like that, man.
Hmm.
I need the secret. I need to know what is his
Think
secret
about
to
it.
be
He wrestled in almost what, 3 decades, 4 decades,
80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 20,
5 decades,
nearly 5 decades.
and then he wrestled almost every company because he did NWA. That's when he started out. I'm pretty sure he did ECW. He did
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
W.
whoa.
Like,
We got to take it back. We just said that he's 50. We said 5 decades. That's like 50 years. So let's give him 3 decades. He did
yeah,
3 decades of like that's a lot. Our math was way off. We'd be like, yeah, he's 51. And it's like I consider the 80s like maybe it
yeah.
was a startup, but I'm like, nope, it's probably like
Because he
2000. So yeah,
started. I think he's. I'm doing a quick thing. He started in '97.
97. Yeah, I gave him the 80s
And
too
so
soon.
basically, like 30. He probably was training in the '80s, but like 30 year wrestling. That's crazy.
That's yo, our truth, and he still want to give more to the business. Like
Hmm.
if CM Punk was like an our truth, nobody would make a big fuss. They'd be happy, static,
Correct.
can't wait to see what he's. It's like when we saw Rocky in Colorado.
Yeah.
Rocky doesn't do problems, The Rock doesn't, you know, does bad business. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
People are excited to see him, even though we
Yeah.
know he's just there to get maybe what a mill and walk out. All right, thank you, bye.
Yeah.
Way John Cena. John Cena at least did some work, but yeah, our truth. I'm excited for that. Our truth is very, very entertaining. Now, Randy Orton message was loud and clear. He has receipt and he's coming for the bloodline. Jey Uso was smart and he approached Randy Orton, let him know that he does apologize for the past and that he's no longer affiliated with the bloodline. Randy responded saying that it's okay. I seen what you've been doing. You got Cody respect, so for that you got my respect. As long as you're not with the bloodline, we're good. Lucito, with that said, like, who is the first victim for Randy Orton?
Um, it's gonna be tough because I would say in I would say his he probably trying to like start and finish his feud or whatever with the Judgment Day. So like I know he had a match with Dominic and stuff. Maybe him and Finn or somebody like trying to kind of get his like reins back in. Then
Mhm.
I don't think is he. Do you know if he's gonna just start? He's a Raw or he's a free agent? Because I know he used to
I,
be with.
he's going to be on SmackDown.
Okay,
He's going to be on SmackDown this upcoming Friday.
yeah. So I think he might be
So,
like a free agent that he could like move across in both things.
oh yeah,
But
oh
I
yeah.
wouldn't mind seeing him with the other Uso or even Solo. But I wouldn't want Solo to keep picking up losing. But we'll
No,
see.
you don't want a losing streak. We don't
Yeah.
want him to get these losses for just for nothing. I mean, like it's Randy Orton, but like for me, I hope that the idea that Solo is the one that actually take the belt from Roman, to
Hmm.
me, that's just like my one hope of the as a payout. With the patience that we have with the company and their story on like who is gonna dethrone Roman. I'm hoping it's Solo. Like
Hmm.
that's my one hope. But yeah, with Randy, I think Randy has the flexibility, or maybe he's gonna slowly work with both stable and see what he could do to be the one to maybe break them apart and then continue on. Because once he breaks
True.
the Judgment Day and the Bloodline respectfully in each brands, Randy is
Hmm.
good. Randy just got to
Yeah.
stick around for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you need from Randy?
Hmm.
Nothing much. Me
But I think he
personally.
should be fine. I feel like you could still, if you keep him around, after Cody, finish or unfinished, this is, if whatever happens in Mania, I wouldn't mind seeing kind of like I know we mentioned it before, but like a whole legacy thing would be kind of cool just to like see something like either them together or try to build up new people through their wing. Who knows?
Now, real quick, CM Punk. I saw this, and I don't know if you saw it too, but there's a someone pointed out that the one championship belt that CM Punk does not have is the United States Championship belt. How do you feel of CM Punk not going directly to Seth Rollins, even though that's kind of cooking right now
Hmm.
in story development? How would he feel if it's Logan Paul, who's the current U.S. champion, versus CM Punk?
I would wait on that because I feel like right now there's still some finished business over there. You have Santos Escobar that could possibly be the next person up. um
Okay.
Bobby Lashley. There's a lot of people in line. Well, also they're gonna knowing WWE, they're gonna be like CM Punk go over there and push everybody back. That's what they do. But I would say like I will wait on that. I would say kind of like do what's cooking here in Raw, which is immediate. You have Seth's reaction, capitalize on that.
Okay.
It could
Okay.
enter a stalemate and Damon Priest cashing in. Whatever happens, you have Raw's a set and CM Punk kind of like you get 3 hours, so you kind of he could have his time in Raw. SmackDown is 2 hours is limited, and you kind of want to maximize as much as you want over there. Um, but I think that there's still some people in line for the U.S. title that like we have to see because we don't know what's going to
Okay.
happen
Okay.
with Dom. For example, we don't know what's going to happen with Dominic, so he may lose or win the title. Who knows? And then him and Logan, he might betray him. That could be a route that they could go to. Santos Escobar could go over there. Carlito, Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford. Who there's people in the mix that could get that. But I wouldn't mind seeing Punk, but I just don't don't give him a title yet
Okay.
because he's gonna kind of hold their hostage at the moment. For me, that's the only thing I
Hey, no, fair point, fair point. I just want to get your insight on that.
yeah.
Let's let's switch it over real quick to AEW. AEW started off their um tournament
Mm-hmm.
for whoever wins, not only wins the G1 championship, but they will also obtain the Ring of Honor heavyweight belt and the open weight championship. I don't know what Eddie
Well,
Kingston was.
true. That's so sorry. Sorry to interrupt. So I think it's one added to the thing. It's basically Triple Crown. Eddie Kingston's in the tournament. He has two out of the three. So either
Yeah,
he will win one more or lose both,
yeah.
which is the dumbest shit ever. But like that's just
Like I was gonna say, I don't know
yeah.
what he was sipping on to agree. Because I
And this
understand if
happened.
you I understand, sorry. I understand if it's just the open weight belt. I mean, no, excuse me,
Correct.
the Ring of Honor heavyweight belt.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. Like, you
Yeah.
want to give that belt and have someone else be the face of Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up, cool.
Correct.
But both of the belts, my dude, it's like, what are we thinking?
And
I
also
think
I know they pushing him over. He's excellent Ring of Honor. He was able to be the champion, cool, and he was the openweight champion. This kind of like he had a
great.
resurgence, great.
Yes.
But the competition that he has, it's not even fair because you have John Moxley, Swerve Strickland, JY Rouge, Jay Lethal, Mark
That's the
Briscoe.
gold side right there you're talking about right
That's
there.
just
That's
like yo.
gold.
Then on his side, you have Garcia. He's good. He's a pure. He could be a pure champ, but he was a pure champion. But you
Mhm.
have Daniel Garcia, Daniel Bryan, Andrade, Claudio, Brody King. Like, dude, you can't. It's not nothing.
Like, okay. I
And I
don't
think he lost
see
against Brody King. So it's like,
he's
why?
0-3 already.
He's 0-1. I think 0-1.
He's 0-1, but
Yeah.
he lost the 3 points basically.
Yep.
When I said 0-3, I'm talking about
Yeah.
the points that he has lost. So yeah, he's 0-1 already. I could see him coming out second out of the blue league. Honestly, like I could see him right behind Brian Danielson, have his rematch, maybe make something out of it. But at the end of the day, the winners in my eyes, like this is a bold prediction that
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing right now. Uh, it's Brian Danielson is my first choice.
Mm-hmm.
is John Moxley because he's OP. Swerve have won me over after seeing his match. Yes, I said seen because now I have Sling TV. I can watch wrestling show like a fucking human being. Swerve worked Jay Switchblade yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy.
Hmm.
So and Jay was my third pick, but now it's Brian Danielson, Moxley, Swerve are my three picks that could come out on top and becoming a triple crown champion by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think for me, I see where you're coming from, but I think honestly they made this for Dana Bryan. I think this is Dana Bryan's last
Of
hurrah. That
course.
he's gonna end up winning the whole thing and kind of like like give it like something's gonna happen that he's gonna be like he maybe have three matches in one night and lose all three matches, whatever it is. But like I this is made for him. That's why they could have put other people here, but I feel like you're taking there's some people that are here that are valid, some people that are just like fillers, but you're taking like the Eddie Kingston situation. I was just like, that's a dumb move. Like I know he's trying to prove a point, but it's just like, dude, like you're happy in Ring of Honor, and you also have the Open Weight Champ. You already have two championships that you have to defend. Don't get in the mix with them. Like, don't do it. Like, unless you're gonna unify all three and make one title. But AW, I know I don't know what they're trying to do with like selling more
Wait a minute. Wait a
titles,
minute.
but
You're saying that unifying three brands title into one is
and make
doable?
the
And
like because that's kind of they doing they created a new one for Orange Cassidy being the international kind of the open door, the forbidden door title sort of. Why
mhm.
not make this kind of like all three like
I thought it was just a fancier way of saying
this
the
would be like the
intercontinental.
universal this would be like the universal
Shut
title
the
like those
front door.
like
No. Nah. If that's the case, then AAA wrestling got to throw in a belt for Ed Kingston to unify. Like let us
yeah
not leave AAA out because they still using
yeah
Commander and Hijo de Vaquino for a AEW show, man. AAA, give them a belt.
yeah
Like,
it's just it's tough. I'm like yo this is like the dumbest thing, but whatever.
it is.
I know it gives Eddie Kingston real competition and
Okay.
kind of a sense of urgency to kind of like at least make it out of the bracket because it's basically him is it's all or nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just he got the most to lose out of everybody, but also puts an eye on him and the titles. I know
Mm-hmm.
that they trying to keep doing changes. I know um the pure champion swapped over. Now it's
Yuta.
Yuta again, and I think the guy that was there he kind of had to go back to New Japan. Kind of like I don't know there was a contract situation over there, but Yuta got it, which is fine. But I, I think it's booked all wrong, but I don't know. Whatever. It's Tony Khan, his idea. Sure. Whatever. Let's see how.
One thing that Tony Khan did, and I did not see this that could work. It's the TBS champion. Julia Hart with
Hmm.
the house rule is freaking genius right now. And the cool thing is about it is like what we saw last night in AEW proves that if you could work with house talent, you know what I'm saying? You work with house talent and not try to bring mega stars from other companies, but you build them right,
Hmm.
you could
Yeah.
get you get a good payoff. Julia Hart being TBS championship, being the champion, to me, it's more enjoyable to watch than what Chris Stylander was when she was champion.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Like
No, true.
I, I know it's only been two matches right now, two title defense, which is like so far so good. But you're implementing the house rule where the competitors could add their own stipulation to the match. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And trying to win the belt in their order, but 9 out of 10 house win, and like
Yeah.
it works. Like I don't know what Chris Stanlander was missing during her reign as TBS champion, besides like beating homegirl. Um, wow, I already forgot her name.
Jade.
Jade.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. like like after her beating Jade, that's like all right. Thank you, Chris. but Chris could not like build up from that. Julia beat Chris in the
Yeah.
Fatal Four Way, I believe it was, and now it's just like, oh, okay, okay. Now you're bringing some spark. You got the audience singing along to your song. Your entrance is fire. Your move, her submission finisher is
Mm-hmm.
great. If she had a striking move as a finish as well, she's a good package.
Yeah.
She will be a good package. So that's the one thing I give props to Tony Khan. Good payout with Julia Hart.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was good overall, and I think the division needed something after Jade, because Cristiano was good, but it was
It
just
was.
it was bland. Like it was the same thing that happened with Adam Hangman Page when he won it. It was just like, okay, he's a good champion, but there's nothing like different or exciting or like
Or your friend
controversial.
Claudio.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, because I was like, tell me, besides the match that he had with Eddie Kingston, what other matches caught your attention or with Claudio when he was
You know
champion?
the truth,
No.
bro. You
So,
know the
like,
truth.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just that probably
Ain't
the
that
Briscoe one because it was just like a like a here there you go,
a hard
but
moment?
that's
Yeah,
about it. But that's about it. Like it was just like a bland title reign. Like it's just whatever.
it was. It was. But you know, we might be seeing some new faces or new champions for Ring of Honor. The one story in development too is that it was told December 30th we're gonna have Samoa Joe versus MJF for the AEW Championship belt.
Hmm.
I think that's great. I think the one person who had the balls to even respond back to CM Punk situation is MJF. It was
Hmm.
not as detailed, but if you listen carefully, MJF just said like, "Hey, if you work hard, you work with the company, struggling busy, whatever it is, you too can make it far." And
Yeah.
he, his resume at the moment speak loud and clear. He defeated CM Punk, Kenny Omega, John Moxley. He defeated Brian Danielson. He defeated a lot of big names
Hmm.
while also defending the title. Like, yo, MJF is a testimony of like, it's not always about money, but if you get a chance, you got to rock with it. And you
True.
know, I'm happy that Samoa Joe might get his opportunity for a heavyweight belt. The one thing I never understood is like, if Samoa Joe haven't been heavyweight champion since entering and leaving WWE and returning back to Ring of Honor slash AEW, why hasn't he gotten the Ring of Honor heavyweight belt? You know, like
Because Claudio was in there. That's why. That was the
Cody
thing.
was not. Cody was
Claudio.
not. Claudio. Yeah, I mean, he could have beat Claudio easily. Out of everybody, Claudio would have been the one. Samoa Joe would have been the one to beat Claudio for the belt personally.
Correct. I think he could have done it, but I think he was an excellent TV champion and excellent TNT champion. I feel like you needed you have him kind of like be your he's your benchmark or your like kind of like your person kind of just to see like if that person has it. So everybody that he's faced for the TV championship, whatever, to see if they able to bring him to the next level. I think if
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe was a Ring of Honor champion, I think he was a Ring of Honor champion back in the day, but it would have been difficult for him to for people to defend to kind of like dethrone him as champion.
I mean, dethroning him, I mean, like Darby was able to beat him. So if a person like Darby could beat him, it's all about how you build your package. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That would be my response to that idealism is like anyone could get got. It's how you get them got. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because when I think about Brian Danielson alter ego, which was Daniel Bryan, he defeated both Randy Orton and was it Triple H? I think it was Triple
Yep.
H for both heavyweight and WWE championship back in like 2014. You know what I'm saying? So if a person like that could beat two megastars in WWE, you could do something similar with like Samoa Joe being champion, build someone up like a Dante or Darby or I don't know, Ray Phoenix, whoever, to beat Samoa Joe. Because
Hmm.
Samoa Joe is, you know, unfortunately he's a little bit past his prime, but it's kind of sad to hear that he has not won a heavyweight championship besides the NXT belt during his WWE time. I think that part
True.
is wild to me.
I
Like
know.
you had Joe, Samoa Joe, and you could not even give him a Universal belt. Was he
Hmm.
was Universal Champion?
No, he the most. I think he was a U.S. champion. He was mostly U.S.
Get get out of here, bro. Get
Yeah.
out of here. Well, Lucito, we're almost towards the end of the show. One conversation. Maybe it's not much of a conversation, but more of like, do we agree with it or not agree with it? Is someone posted in WrestleMania.com a post prediction for the 2024 Hall of Famer nominees. And so far, these four individuals make sense to me. I don't know about you, but the names are the following: the late Bray Wyatt, Jim Johnston, Paul Heyman, Bautista as candidate for the inductee of WWE Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts on those individuals?
I think one of them doesn't fit. Is the I think it's Jim Johnson or the Jay Johnson. Like, um,
I
I
mean,
would have
Jim
put
Johnson.
somebody else.
Well, Jim Johnson is the one person that people are kind of going crazy for
Yeah.
to because they say that he is way overdue. Like he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame compared to the other three. Like Paul Heyman is because he's in it's Philly, so why
Mm-hmm.
not give him love?
Correct.
Bray Wyatt, I mean, rest his soul. You know what I'm saying? He kind of deserved that. Um, and who was Bautista? I mean, Bautista is the
Yeah.
last member of Evolution who has not individually made it to the Hall of Fame. So it's like, yeah, like,
I would say like I know the
and
Bray
Jim
Wyatt one
Johnson
is kind of like.
basically.
Sorry, go ahead.
So for those who don't know who Jim Johnson is, Jim Johnson has been the producer, the composer for many of the popular songs that we sing along to when the wrestler are entering to the ring. Like he has been producing music for Vince McMahon since 1985 and stayed with them until 2017. He has given us nothing but great music. Like the Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. Well, Triple H went with the other band for his intro, but a lot of people during those days went through Jim Johnston for their walking music. So
No, correct.
yeah.
But I feel like he should like because I know like you mentioned because it's Philly ECW cool that goes. Batista's been out for a while. Now, I'm not saying you need to have like a requirement to like make it to the to the Hall of Fame and stuff, but he's been
Hmm.
out for a while and stuff, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. I will say now that's like I think it's posthumous after the person passes away. I know the Bray Wyatt thing. It's because it's kind of like putting him in the history books and everything he's accomplished. And even if he would live a long life and I think he still would have been in the Hall of Fame because everything he's done for WWE.
Hmm.
Um, I think another one like people that I just saw some of them like I don't think Umaga is in the Hall of Fame. That's another one that should be that's impactful. Um, you could, for example, maybe John Cena could retire, but I think John Cena deserves his own thing,
Hmm.
his own like day. Why not Vince? I know we talked about it in the beginning of the year. Remember when everything was happening? Why not
Yeah.
give Vince like his Hall of Fame and that's his last? He already sold most of the stock.
Yeah.
Give him something to
Yeah.
that would I wouldn't mind seeing that.
But Vince will outshine Paul Heyman in the Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
I'm
but I feel like Vince will do a move like not the Bray Wyatt because he kind of this is kind of like a Bray Wyatt thing, but Vince will do something like that just to just keep messing with Paul Heyman just to be like, oh, win the same thing, but I am the headliner. Just kind of what he did for ECW, like, all right, I'm gonna buy your company out,
I
and
mean, I
what?
will say I will say. I mean, like it's already been
Yeah,
many years, many moons ago that the
do you think he's gonna
ECW
get?
and
He's not gonna get over it. Like
I mean, like that pettiness, like it's not needed.
that's Vince.
We get it. That, but I mean, like Paul Heyman till this day it has been working for
Yeah,
Vince,
yeah,
so it's like enough is enough. You know what I'm saying?
no.
I believe those four names personally are great candidates for the inductee. For the women, I mean, like, I don't know. You gave me, I think Stacy is already there. Leah, Trish. I mean, you give me
I
someone from
think
the
I think Victoria hasn't been in
Victor.
the Hall of Fame yet.
I know Stable is already there for the women.
Yeah,
Molly Holly, I know
yeah.
she's there too. I mean, like, I don't know. You just give me like a well-known name during the 2010 era, and that'd be cool. I know the
Same thing with like I don't know, Lex Luger hasn't been in it yet. Even I know they throw us. I just did a quick search. Cindy Lauper. They always throw a celebrity
wow,
in there. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like that. Um, I think what is I saw there's a couple here people mention for example Cindy Lauper, Lex Luger hasn't been in it. Rick Martel, Bam Bam Bigelow hasn't been in it yet. Brian Pillman Sr. because I know his son it's there, but you know what I'm saying like somebody like that. Um, I know I don't think Umaga was in it, so Mickey James is not in it yet. So
Mickey
who
James
knows?
would be a great one.
Now
Like,
now that Nick Aldis, you know you got the husband, why not?
yeah, Nikki would definitely be great. I mean, if any opportunity, it would be now. Now
Hmm.
that I think she's also like leaving Impact now that they're going back to TNA.
Correct.
Uh,
Sort of. She's
so
like a part timer, sort of, at the moment.
yes, so she have flexibility. And and last thing is, for those who didn't watch AEW or haven't heard the news, Lucita was kind enough to share the reels with us. Sting is having his final match March 3rd, I believe it was, in North Carolina, the Greenboro,
Hmm.
against the person who helped him out a long ass time ago, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is going to be in an AEW match as Sting last match of his career.
Hmm. I,
Wow.
whatever.
Just
Like,
wow.
like, uh,
It is what it is. But I just want to get Lucy the reaction real quick on that
yeah.
part. It's
It's
just like
just, yeah.
it's
It's just
wow.
whatever. Like, good for both of them. I don't know.
Hey,
I hope.
surviving death, staying alive till this moment, being at the right place at the right time. Kudos for them. Very kudos. So, Lucito, any last word before we close out?
No, I think we had a good, good Survivor Series and good comebacks. I know the tournament AEW. I think next week I'm trying to get tickets still. I haven't got my CT. I'm super picky, but I know next week, next Friday, it's the WWE here at Providence, so that should
And
be
deadline
interesting
in
show.
Connecticut.
Yeah, that should be an interesting show. Maybe we may or may not see CM Punk by then. I don't know because I know this is the what is it? Something about for the troops. Um, the troop show for WWE.
Is it? That's what's up. I
So I
don't know.
think they
I just want to see
trip.
Randy there.
Yeah, tribute to two troops is this upcoming the one in Providence.
Mm,
So that should be interesting. But yeah, no, so far I'm liking what I'm seeing and kind of like what they're kind of forecasting and showing us little previews of Survivor Series after Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble and the next upcoming pay per view. So it should be pretty cool.
it's gonna be fun, guys. Stick with us. We'll definitely do our best to keep sharing our thoughts and feelings over the matches. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social media, and we appreciate you giving us the time of listening us out. And
Mm.
of course, if you have any thoughts, please share it down below. We would love to hear your thoughts. So I'm your boy Jay.
And this will see though.
We say good night, buenas noches, and peace.
See ya. Peace.